What?
Still here.
Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Jacob Nixon. That's Communication 110, BED, my fourth speech, Persuasive Belief. In 2013, Time Magazine posted an article stating that 6 billion people of the approximately 7 billion people on the planet have access to cell phones, which is actually more people than have access to toilets. And this got me thinking, of all the different types of cell phones out there, there's really only 2 different operating systems. iOS with Apple, and Google's Android. And when trying to pick a phone to go with, there's several factors. A lot of people just go with whatever free phone comes with their plan. That's what you did, Terry. Brand loyalty is also a big factor. It's very important for companies because they rely on repeat business. But then you also have people that actively choose one or the other, and it pretty much falls into 2 categories, but we'll come back to that. As far as brand loyalty is concerned, though, people like their phones. They have one, they like it, they want to stick with it. You ask an Android user to use an iPhone, he's probably going to just scoff and walk away, maybe even say a few choice phrases. That's what I do. I tried to get online and see if I could find a breakdown of how many iPhones are out there versus Android, and it was actually very difficult. The media likes to stack the results. So, that's what the media does. They want the results to reflect their beliefs. A prime example is AppleInsider.com. Now, it's Apple, so it's from the start it's going to be stacked, but this one was extremely biased. It said that 87% of iPhones use iOS 7, which is the latest version of Apple, or iPhone's operating system, I'm sorry. But they go on to say that because so many of their phones use that operating system, that means they're dominating the market. Excuse me. And then they go on to say that how Android phones, you have operating systems all over the place. Froyo, which is basically the first mainstream Android operating system, came out in June 2010. Since then, there's been Gingerbread, Honeycomb, Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, and Kit Kat. So 5 operating systems, and phones out there still they're all over the place on using them. And so Apple used that as an excuse, saying, hey, you don't want all these other ones, you want this one because everybody uses this one. But what they don't tell you is they force this on you. Android lets you choose. You get an operating system you like, you stick with it. But after a lot of searching, I was able to find some unbiased statistics at mobilethinking.com. It basically broke down to very surprising results, actually, which is very contradictory to AppleInsider.com's posting. 15.2% of the mobile market is with iOS. Android holds 78.6%. It's a huge number. 3/4 of the cell phones out there are Android. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that's probably true because there's big differences between the phone. Apple phones, they're great basic phone. It does everything you need a smartphone to do. It makes calls, text, watch videos, surf the web, whatever you want it to do. And it does it just fine. But the interface is extremely simple. You have one button, and you really can't customize it. You can change the ringtone, change the wallpaper. That's pretty much it. Anything more advanced you want to do to it requires jailbreaking it, which basically unlocking your phone, allowing you to put your own custom software on there. Jailbreaking your iPhone voids your warranty. Now, Apple does have one good thing. They have tech support. They have some of the best tech support in the world in a lot of people's opinions, and I probably wouldn't argue that. They also have their Apple geniuses at the Apple stores, which, if you don't mind being bombarded from the moment you walk in, they're extremely knowledgeable. Now, on the flip side, you have Android. Android is the complete opposite. The interface is still fairly simple. Instead of one phone button, you have 3. You've got home, settings, and back. But you can change pretty much anything on your phone. Not just the ringtone or the wallpaper. You don't like the messaging system, you can download a new app for it. You don't like your dialer, you can download a new app for that. It even goes deeper though. You can, like with jailbreaking with an iPhone, you can root an Android phone and install your custom software on there. Doing so does not void your warranty. You can do it as much as you want, and Google doesn't care. Now, excuse me. Now, one other area that the iPhone does excel at is syncing with other devices. The iPhone, the iPad, the iPod Touch, and Mac computers are all built together. Therefore, they can talk seamlessly. Excuse me. Now, when choosing your phone, the most important thing to remember is what's right for you. Are you extremely tech savvy, know what you're doing, sit down in front of a Linux computer and feel completely comfortable? You're going to want an Android. If you sit down in front of a computer and can't even find Microsoft Word, I recommend getting an iPhone. The simplicity and ease of use will make it easier for you. Thank you.